Let me do this story time with y'all. I was gonna say this for my book, but I don't know. I can't sleep, so let me just go ahead and get this story out. First of all, let me just give you a little background. I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm non-denomination. I'm not Baptist. I'm not none of that. I'm just strictly Christ. You know what I'm saying? And I can be strictly Christ without even going to church. But I do have a church home. But I have learned to attach to so much as a church home, but make sure I'm rooted in God Himself. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, joining a church would be I just feel like joining the church, you get to congregate more, and it brings more out of you. That's just my personal opinion. I have friends that's rooted in Christ, and they don't even go to church. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't saying that to say that. So, okay. Around last year in the summertime, this is why being a follower of Christ, in the Bible, it tells you to guard your eyes, guard your ear gate, guard what you see. You know what I'm saying? Guard your eye, what you see and hear and stuff or whatever. So, in the summertime, I had ran across. Oh no! Let me take this back. Because I got to take it back because I want you to see how this whole story and unfolded. A few years ago, this is about me still going to church. I ran across some spiritual channels and pages where some spiritual people believe that having certain what do you call those? I want to give this the right term. Certain stones will bring certain things, and have certain stones, different candle lighting and different stuff like that. How you would light candles and stuff like that. So I used to buy like stones like that to help you, like supposed to help you like fight off negative energy and stuff like that. But I wasn't really like too much into it. Or I get some sage. They said, the sage to help get all the negative spirits, the negative energy out your house. I was doing that, smudging, or wherever the case may be. So, I would do that off and on. You know what I'm saying? Like I would go to like those stores that have the different sages, the different herbs. They say if you put these different herbs in this and this, you know what I'm saying? I started doing a little bit of that. So boom, fast forward 2024, summertime. I ran across someone's page. They're kind of big here, famous in Atlanta. I would just say who it is. It's Lala Atari. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I had ran across her page, and then I started following another lady page from her that does work kind of like her, root work like her, and also she does stuff with astrology. So me, I think one of the videos I had ran across, and she had made a video or made some comments. I don't know if I seen it in the comment section or I had seen the video of her saying how do people feel like that she don't believe in God and this is that. So she had did a she had did a God candle. I think it's called I don't know. I'll put the name up there. I don't want to put Yahweh candle. Yahweh. Y'all, I'm sorry. Do not. Do not beat me up about that. So she had made a candle about that. So I'm all like, you know what? This might be true. And I'm thinking in my head, this is the thinking that I'm thinking. You know, well, yeah, the thinking I'm thinking, the thinking that I thought. Hello. Y'all gotta bear with me. The thinking that I thought. So candle lighting. So when it came to candle lighting, I'm thinking like, okay, well, lighting candles and putting your intentions on it, it shouldn't be bad, because in the Catholic Church, when you go in Catholic, how you go up there, you light the candle and you say your prayers over. So I'm thinking like, well, you know, what's the difference? Like, if this candle is supposed to be for this and you can put your intentions on it, like, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? So, wait a minute. Before then, I was writing intentions on my candles. And I'm going to get to that at another part. I was writing intentions on my candle. So, for the month, if I say I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, I pray on the candle. I write my intentions on it, and I light it. So when I came across her page and she was saying, how, you know, how these candles change people's life, I'm in the comment section reading how people said they had took the money changing candle and how money had came in their life. This. Other people had a spell candle, how a ex wanted them back, and this is that, and all these just different kind of candles that do it. But she identifies as a witch. That was warning number one. She identifies as a witch. So me, I go in my brain and processes like, okay, well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with setting the candles and putting these different herbs in it, because herbs is in the Bible. They heal you. We talk about it. Catholic people, they light candles all the time. They put their intentions on it. Boom. So I was saying in the summertime, I was really following her page and stuff. So, for a while I was just watching her, and I was watching another person. Then I was also watching another lady on YouTube that she was actually doing spells, how you would put this stuff together, put a bay leaf together like this, write your name on it and burn it and do this stuff. But she identified as a witch too, or whatever. So how you can get the Florida water and do all this stuff. It was the Florida water, the beads, the different candles, and this, that. So boom. So around, I would say, you know what? I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna go right to it. Okay, the Conjurer. So let me type in the Conjurer, because I'm gonna take you like, damn. Actually, this has been going on since the end of 2013 was my first candles I bought from her. It was a debt relief candle, and a roots candle for good fortune, a blessing candle, and a supreme wealth candle. I think that was like a let me just put it in orders. That was like some type of lotion. Yeah, 12/23. So let's see. So I bought some then. Remember to go along with this so you can see what I'm saying. So 12/23, I bought my first set of candles. 12/12/23. I ordered it 12/12/23. It didn't get shipped to me. Oh no, this is another kind of Jesus WH. Well, I mean, it was a Jesus, and this the name of her candle. Y'all looking at this as I'm looking at this. Jesus WH prayer is a Jesus candle. Then it was like an Omni Wealth. I bought that. Okay, that's the same thing. That was I placed it on December 2nd, 2023. I placed the order December 2nd, 2023. Let me go back to that first one and see. Then I placed another order December 12th, 2023. Oh yeah, okay. So that's when I bought the Jesus counter and the Omni Wealth placed December 22nd. Let's go to another order. Tracking. Let's track this package and see when I actually received it. You know what's so crazy? No. Mm-mm. Oh, I blurred that out. Okay, I placed another order February 16th, and this was like a beginner kit. This is what you're supposed to do to clean it out. Let me just go to her. It was a beginner kit where it was a hex candle, a halo candle, and a crossword. I guess the crossword was supposed to take all your blockages. A halo was to clean you out, get rid of different stuff. Yeah, I definitely got to break this out because it got my address and stuff on it. Your order has been shipped. Let me go to this and track. Now it's really starting to make freaking sense, y'all. I don't know why but I remember this time. I'm just gonna get to the point. Let me go back because I want y'all to see like how everything transpired. Okay, so my order was delivered 2/28. So remember, I bought it, and it takes a long time for her stuff to come. Okay, so the first one, where is it at? Okay, the first set came to me 2/28. I moved in. I'm in the same complex I've been in since I lived in Atlanta. I moved across the hall. I mean, not across the hall. I moved across the walk into a townhouse. I was in our apartments, but we have townhouse. So I moved in a townhouse like in November. And I done went March 7th, I placed another order where I got some body butter, some other kind of oil, some dragon oil. And that one was delivered May 21st. So basically in 2023, I started indulging in this particular channel. Then I took it upon myself to order the stuff. When the stuff entered in my home, first of all, when the first package came, I had moved, but I had forgot to change my apartment number on my thing, so it had went to my old house. So the lady that got it, or whoever stayed there, I went and knocked on the door. She had ended up giving it to me. Some of the oil was spilled out, and this is that. So I went into it. She got like a class thing. Oh, let me take this off. I don't need before. She got like a class thing. Not a class thing, like a community section that you can go to on her website. And you can it's different people in there saying how these different candles change their life, or it's people in there in the comment section asking you like, how do you do this candle? So, I'm in there asking like, okay, I got a beginner kit. Like, how do I supposed to do this? What do I supposed to do? So I'm doing all this stuff, y'all. So remind you, the last shipping was what did I say? April, May was the last shipping. I would say like around August. Well, you know what? Okay, wait a minute. Before August. Around last year, around January, I had a big falling out with my baby son. A falling out like I never got into it with him how I got into it with him around this time, because stuff going on with him and his child. I didn't like what he was doing, but I went ballistics about the situation to the point that it was a sad that my son, that we both never seen of each other. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't, me looking back on it as a mother, I should have went through it a different way. So that was the first thing. Well, even before that, I had got into it with the baby mother before that. And then when she had the baby, I'm all like, okay, well, the baby here, this your child. Screw everything that done happened, that we done said before with each other. We got to move forward. So boom, we move forward. He's still acting out. So every other week, I'm going off on him. Not just going off on him like on the phone. I'm going off on him on social media, phone, all kind of stuff. I mean, we just had the nastiest fallout that out of his whole 22 years of living on earth, he ain't never expect for me to, like, cause we never got into it like that. Like, I mean, it was nasty. So then that was happening. And I had fell out with his the girl that he was messing with. You know what I'm saying? Got into it with her real bad. So that had happened. So boom, in the midst of that, I would say like around when that last shipping, yes, it is all adding up. When I got that last shipping, now remind you, I have a prayer altar. I don't know if you can see it over here. This is my altar with my Bible, with my things, things in my church over there. So I kept all that stuff over there. I was having nightmares. I couldn't really sleep at night. My back was like, I already had back problems, especially at night. I was like really having severe back problems. I felt like somebody was like on me. You know how like you wake up, but you not woke, but you up? Like, I just wondered, like, people that, if you ever been and survived a coma, please comment in the comment section and tell me, like, did you feel yourself up? Imagine if you just up, but you paralyzed and you can't even move. All you could do is just sit there. I had a lot of episodes like that. I started getting real severely depressed. Then on top of that, my finances got to slowly drying up to the part I had went completely dry, completely broke. And I couldn't understand, like, I stopped getting clothing orders for Curvilicious. I stopped getting orders for Talessia's Kitchen. My seasonings was taken off of everything. Like, go down in the comment section too and support your girl. Get my seasonings. All-purpose seasoning. If you got a dog, I got some seasonings down there for y'all too. But anywho, everything was drawn up like come May. Like, it was drawn up real bad. My depression had got real severe. My anxiety got real severe. I couldn't even sleep at night. Like, the shit was just so, it was so fucking crazy. Like, and then it had got bad. My finances had got bad to the point I had to look for help to pay my bills. Like, 'cause I wasn't making a dime. Now, remind you, I go to I don't know if you hear me talking about this before. Like, I go to a church, my pastor, he is a prophet. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't like one, I'm telling you, like, my pastor is the truth. One thing I don't play about is God, and especially somebody that's over me. Like, I don't even play like that. But my pastor is a prophet. Like, it's stuff that he done prophesied in the world. We shut down a couple of weeks before COVID when he said that a lot of stuff that be happening in the world, we already be doing. So, I'm just saying to say, like, I have a real true pastor that is really truly a man of God and a prophet on top of that. So when stuff had got I'm talking about severely bad to the point I'm all like, God, like, what is going on? Like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, what did I do to, like, deserve this? You know what I'm saying? So, remind y'all making up all these excuses, like, you know, like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm lighting these candles. I've been convinced my man that dipping and dabbing in witchcraft, buying witches stuff and saying it in the name of Catholic traditions. That's how bad the devil done convinced me. He took what I know to be true and twisted it in his way and manipulated it in my mind. And I fell for it. I fell for it real hard. So when I was all cried out and everything that was going on, I said, you know what? Something in me like, that's that shit you bought. The day I indulged in it, and the day I actually purchased it, that's when, well, let me tell you something before I say this. When you are a true child of God, God is the resemblance is like your father. So when you do stuff wrong, your father chastises you. You know, when you how you chastise your kids. After you chastise your kids, you still get them love, you still get them grace, you still get them mercy to redeem themselves. Baby, when I say God wore my ass out for that, when I say wore me out to the point I had to face it head on, like, it's that rich, that's that shit I fucking, girl, you done indulge in some real wicked, dark magic. Like, you really indulge in some dark magic. Like, is you okay? Is you cool? Now, let me say this. I'm not a judgmental person. If you are witches that are subscribed to me and following me, it's okay. Because one thing I tell people, Christ ain't for the saved. Christ is for the unsaved. So I ain't judge you. I'm telling my story, what happened to me, what God did to me. So, man, he would oh Lord, it was let me tell you something. When God had to chastise me for indulging in black magic and witches, I tell people that I actually told this story to, that pain was worse than pain of losing a loved one. And I'm talking about close loved ones. When God take his hands off you, baby, that's the worst. That's the worst of the worst. Ain't no feeling outweighing when God lift his hands off you. When God lift his hands up off you, baby, you gonna be like the prodigy son when he ran off with the riches and he came back with his father saying, I will eat with the whatever, just to get back in your grace. Baby, when I realized what happened, so now I realize what happened. I go through my home. I get all that shit out of my home. I wipe this down over here. I wipe down everything. I think I've even bleached the stuff down over there. I got that shit out of my motherfucking home. So now, you know, I'm still going through it. So I finally got the courage to tell my pastor. My pastor, and it was so crazy. One thing about my pastor, he a prophet. He be seeing stuff. It done stuff that he done told me that, but my son was going to jail. He went to jail. What was going to happen when he was going to come home from jail. Everything he told us. So When I finally got the courage to tell him what I was doing, he said he just was telling his wife about it. And he was like, you just don't understand the first step that you done took with being honest with the Lord. He's going to redeem you and give you back everything you lost tenfold. Now, I'm still going through the process financially, but somehow, some way, bills are getting paid. I'm climbing out of getting back on track of bills. And I lost friendships. My mother, she did stuff. I'm going to have a story time. I did a thing with her. But it just goes to show that God did not play with me. Like, you cannot be a follower of Christ, indulging in any kind of black magic, especially if a person tells you they're a witch. I'm reading in this Bible right here when it talk about witches. Let me go to ChatTPG and ask ChatTPG how many times is witches and witchcraft is mentioned in the Bible. Let me see. How many times is witchcraft mentioned in the Bible? I'm going to say witchcraft and witches. Probably should have did this separately. It's taking a minute. The word witchcraft and witches is not given. According to ChatTPG, the word witchcraft and witches appears multiple times in the Bible, depending on the translation. Here's the breakdown. Witchcraft appears 6 to 10 times, depending on the translation. Gave you the ones. So then they gave you some examples of in here. 1 Samuel 15:23. Rebellion is the sin of witchcraft. Micah, I will destroy your witchcraft. Witches appears twice in King James. Exodus, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Deuteronomy 8:10, there shall not be found among you a witch. And then they also say some translations use the term magic, or what is that? Divination, magic, or sorcery. Let me screenshot this so I can put this in y'all thing. I done read this Bible from front to back 100 times. I'm exaggerating with 100 times. A few times. Especially when I was in prison. I done read this Bible back to back. How did I let that sneak up on me? And I don't even, let me put this down before I cuss. I don't even play with shit like that. I don't even play with shit like that. So why on earth did I believe that that was okay for me coming from my beliefs? Now, I'm talking about my beliefs. I'm not talking about your beliefs. I don't want y'all to go in the comment section and be like, oh, y'all believe. This is not about what you believe in the Bible or who wrote the Bible. I'm just telling you my story. And what God actually did to me in real time. Like, I lived this experience for real. Like, this shit really happened. In real time, like, baby. Let's go back to my pastor. So my pastor was like, God gonna redeem yourself. You know what I'm saying? I had to do some special prayers, like to cover me. I walked through my home with Bible scriptures, reading out Bible scriptures, especially over here. Opened up my windows, let that negative force, that thought that was in my house, that was seeping in my house, that the devil was inside my house, and he went to where he knew I was gonna feel it the most, and that was my finances. Because don't too much of nothing bother me. But when you get to messing with my money, and especially with money that I have to pay bills with, oh no, you got my attention now. Like, what the fuck is going on? Did I cry for months? Like, how did I go months without making a dime? Like, God wouldn't let me make 1 red cent. He wouldn't let me, didn't nobody buy no catering for me. When I say nothing, for months. My website on Curvilicious and Talessia's Kitchen, I will at least get 2 orders a month. Down to 0, down to nothing. Then I say, you know what? Okay, then I went to my pastor. I cried about it. I cried about it. Now, remind you, I'm talking to my pastor, my first lady. This is that. So this is after, I told him what happened. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm trying to pick myself back up. I was just begging like, God, you know my heart. You know I let the devil sleep on me, but I came back. And I tell you that, I bet you, for as long as I live on this earth, baby, I'm not fucking around with no shit like that. I don't give a fuck what it ain't working for Talessia. Not for me. So we in church one Sunday. So my pastor came and whispered while he doing a preaching. I think we was still singing before he got started. I came in there, I sat down. This day everybody was at church, child. So he whispered in my ear do you want to I'm trying to say, did he say, do you want to tell your story? Or did he say, God wants you to tell your story? Just if you want to do it. Some on the lines to that. So I almost for a second was about to be like, no, I don't want nobody to be, know what I did. So I'm like, yes. I was like, yes. So he was like, somebody, she's like, Talessia, she got a testimony she want to tell y'all. So when I stood up in church and I'm thinking to tell my story, I sobbed so hard that no words couldn't come out my mouth for about 2-3 minutes. 2-3 minutes in the church is like fat ass. So I am sobbing to the point now the church okay, everything about looking at me like, what? You standing up, I thought you was about to tell a testimony. What in the hell? So when I finally told my story, after church, right after church, in the end of the church, one of the males in our church, he was telling us some other stuff that was going on, and he was like, I'm glad you told your story, because I too almost indulged in some witchcraft. So I was ashamed of it at first, and this is that. So after church, a couple of people was telling me everything gonna be okay. So then my pastor came back you just don't know how God has really opened up the door for you telling your story. You're going to get the biggest financial blessing that nobody in your lineage has ever seen before. So when my pastor gave me prophecies, sometimes it don't happen exactly when it's going to happen. One time he gave me a prophecy you're going to move to Atlanta, but it's not the time right now. You got some unfinished business you have to take care of in Cleveland. Then I end up moving here. It's just a lot of prophecy he give me. Sometimes it don't happen. Sometimes he'll give me a prophecy and be like, in 2 weeks, this will be fine, or this is that. And then I'll be coming in 2 weeks and my man thinking for something else, but I don't see it. But then it'll happen later on. Or something happened in the back that I didn't see in the realm that God seen. Then I'm like, oh, okay, that's what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I just couldn't believe like this happened. Like, and then, you know, for me to stand up in the church and tell everybody that I was indulging in some witchcraft was crazy. It wasn't crazy because my story opened up the door and helped other people. So I said I was going to tell this story when oh, wait a minute, I'm thinking a whole other part, y'all. Listen to this. This another crazy part. Y'all, when I say God not only dried up my finances, baby, he wouldn't let nobody give me no money. When I say, okay, everybody know me to be a helper. I give it's done been times people that asked to borrow money from me and they don't even know that was my last dime I had. And then it was people that constantly always borrow money from me and this is that. I don't be in financial jams. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always a person that's always dishing out the money, dishing out the. Do you know everybody I call that I mostly help the most? They all turned me down. I wouldn't say they turned me down. They all said they didn't have it. One particular person said, you know, she don't really have it and she can't be, she learned her lesson with letting everybody borrow money when she can't, when she don't have it, put herself in a financial ruin. When she said that.
Long as you got your eyes, got your trippy on them private jets, taking trips. Come back at 6, wake me and your child, and then won't lay today, make me wonder who.